worth repeating, these storms moving extremely quickly. They are moving at 40, 50 miles per hour. That means if a tornado warning is issued, which we now have for northwestern Columbus County and western sections of Bladen County, that you don't have very long to react.
Weekend, and unfortunately, I'm not too happy about the chance of rain, specifically on Friday or Saturday morning, Eric. But
I give her 70-degree temperatures. I give her sunshine all this time, and she's complaining about a little bit of rain, which, by the way, we actually need.
I know.
Yeah, you give us a little bit of rain.
Shame on me.
Shame on Kim. That's right.
Just one of the sights you see now when you go to New York.
I bet it's cold there, though. Wouldn't you think it'd be a little chilly to be dropping your pants?
Not really.
No?
No.
Warm there too, huh?
Great pants dropping weather right now in New York City.
You sound like you speak from experience, Eric.
I don't, but I guess if you're going that route, it's not all that bad in New York City. Now, if you're in the western part of the U.S., maybe somewhere like Denver or Minneapolis, you probably don't want to do that. Well, you probably don't want to do it anyway, but you certainly wouldn't want to do it because of the weather. 63 right now in Wilmington. 50. Storm is actually looking more and more. I've been kind of focusing on that storm because it is looking very impressive right now, and it is getting very close to the towns right now of Delway and Harrells. Those towns definitely very much in jeopardy. Look at that hook echo. You can see it very nicely right now showing up on the First Alert digital Doppler. It's that gate-to-gate shear that we're talking about, and again, this classic inflow notch which we're seeing, and again the circulation center right about here, and that's going to look at that on velocity. It's really showing up very, very nicely. You've got the greens one direction for the radar, the reds the other direction for the radar. That's the gate-to-gate shear that we're talking about, and this is getting ready to cross Highway 421 right in the vicinity of Delway and Harrell. So again, this is in Sampson County that we're talking about. Very likely a tornado. It's certainly very strong indications of it on the Doppler radar. I haven't seen any confirmed reports of it on the ground, but it would not shock me at all. And again, if you are in the towns of Delway and Harrells, you need to take cover right now because this possible tornado will be crossing right over Highway 421. And Colin, we should probably do a storm track on this particular cell because I'm really getting concerned about it because the shears are just, again, a very impressive looking storm. We've seen this quite a bit today, too many times. And again, as we said, Delway, it's literally right on top of you. But if this circulation cell holds together, and you can see that classic hook echo, it's really showing up right now very nicely. It's going to be moving up into Duplin County, right in the vicinity of Magnolia, and possibly up around the Kenansville area and Beulaville area. Once again, probably more northern Duplin County, probably a little more in jeopardy with this particular cell. But again, southern Sampson County, and again, this one has got the potential also to cross Interstate 40 if it holds together. But very, very strong signatures with that particular cell. Fayetteville. But notice the temperatures get a lot colder as you head closer to the beach, and there's a good reason for that. It's because of the colder water temperatures. Remember, the water temperatures, even though the air temperatures have been running in the 80s, especially away from the coast, the water temperatures still running in the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees. So what this is doing, it's setting up a sea breeze boundary. We've kind of drawn this in for you. And again, along the beaches the next couple of days, the last couple of days, and for the next couple of days, highs have been running mostly in the 70s, but even some 60s for highs because of the very cold water, whereas you move on the other side of the sea breeze boundary, and that's the case at the airport. Remember, the Wilmington Airport is right here over in western sections of New Hanover.
Eric Davis with your First Alert weather.
Welcome back. One of the big topics of conversation on our WECT Facebook page today has been the fact that it's been very smoky across New Hanover County. You've probably noticed it the last couple of days. Let me explain what's going on right now. This is a map of Brunswick County right here. This is kind of the general vicinity of where the Orton Plantation is. This is Highway 133. So again, this is the Cape Fear River. This is Brunswick County. And what we have going on right now are controlled burns across Brunswick County, particularly in the vicinity of the Orton Plantation. Now, as we widen out the map, what we're seeing today, of course, southwesterly winds, and at times we've been seeing these winds gusting over 20 miles per hour. So what's happening basically is all this smoke being generated by these controlled burns over Brunswick County. That smoke is being brought right into New Hanover County. We've had lots of reports of smoke in the Monkey Junction area. We've had reports of smoke up around Riceville Beach. And
with your First Alert weather.
Well, we certainly, for the most part, have dodged the bullet so far this spring season as far as severe weather. But remember, May is still a pretty big month for severe weather here in southeastern North Carolina. And, of course, don't forget hurricane season. That starts on June 1st. So it's still a good idea to get prepared for severe weather, be it severe thunderstorms or hurricanes. And one way you can do that is by attending our next Weather Radio Wednesday event. It's going to be taking place this Wednesday, May the 8th, at the 4521 Oleander Drive location of Walgreens. That's at the corner of Oleander and College Road. First Alert weather team, including meteorologist Colin Hackman, will be there from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. along with some other volunteers. And what they're going to be doing, programming weather radios. Weather radio, a very important tool to have, particularly during the evening and overnight hours when a lot of people are asleep. The weather radios that we have from Midland Weather Radio, available for purchase for $34.99, have an alarm feature which you can program for your specific county. So if you live in New Hanover County or Brunswick County, you can program your weather radio for that specific county, and we have folks that can program those radios for you there at the weather radio event, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. So get severe weather prepared. Now, another way you can get prepared for severe weather is downloading the WECT weather app. It's available right now for your iPhone or your Android device. And it looks like as we head for the rest of tonight, can't completely rule out the possibility of a few isolated showers and thunderstorms. You can see that temperatures are forecast to be in the mid-50s by the time you wake up. And also, don't forget, we've got the WECT weather webcast available as well for your mobile device, so you can track the temperatures anytime, radar, and of course the WECT weather webcast as well, available right now. As we take a look at the First Alert Digital Doppler, there actually are some thunderstorms further to the north, Carteret County, and some storms near the Pamlico Sound. It looks like a couple of showers now beginning to fire up over in Onslow County as well. You can see from along Highway 258 around the Jacksonville area, and just to the north of Sneads Ferry up around North Topsail Beach, there is at least one lone shower. But for the most part, except for this one shower in Onslow County, things are quiet at the moment across southeastern North Carolina. But we're going to have to keep the chance of showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. Why? Well, there's an area of low pressure tonight spinning its way across Tennessee. In fact, you can see it defined very well. It doesn't even take a meteorologist to see the spin tonight across Tennessee. And remember, as we talked about, the flow in the atmosphere very, very slow right now. So this low pressure area is only going to very slowly over the next 48 hours make its way across the Carolinas. And until this low pressure area clears the forecast, we're going to have to keep at least a chance of some scattered storms in the forecast. Doesn't mean it's going to rain all the time. We may even have a morning tomorrow morning like we had this afternoon where things are completely dry. But odds are, as we head into tomorrow afternoon, shower and thunderstorm chances are going to start to ramp back up as this low pressure area continues to make its way across the area. So hour by hour forecast, it looks like the shower and thunderstorms may be out of the picture at least tomorrow morning when you wake up at 7 o'clock. But even tomorrow morning, a spotty shower not out of the question. Better opportunities, though, for some showers and thunderstorms as we head towards tomorrow afternoon. Because the low will be a little bit closer to us tomorrow, I think temperatures may be just a little cooler tomorrow, highs in the low 70s. And then tomorrow evening, still a couple of showers around, but notice the low still with us as we head into Wednesday. Still a lot of green on the map. It's going to be Thursday before we can really get that low out of here, and that we'll see some big improvements in the forecast. So a few scattered showers and thunderstorms still possible tonight. We'll bottom out around 55 degrees. Tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms, especially during the afternoon. Your high around 71, and your First Alert planning forecast. Here we go. Finally beginning to dry out some on Wednesday late, 75 for your high. Thursday's the day I'm targeting, though, for the return of some nice spring weather, the kind of weather you expect during the month of May. Partly sunny, 80 degrees on Thursday. And how about Friday? We could be talking about highs mid-80s potentially. We haven't seen anything that warm in quite some time. Over the weekend, another front approaches, a chance of some thunderstorms, especially late Saturday into Mother's Day on Sunday, and then maybe some cooler weather as we head into next week.
All the mothers ordered that, so thanks for
They're
delivering.
ordering the 80s. I don't know if they're as happy about the thunderstorms. We'll see if we can lower that chance a little bit here.
Look for that. Thanks, Eric.
With your First Alert weather.
Well, the First Alert weather team right on the money with this forecast. We were telling you about 4 or 5 days ago that we were targeting Thursday, today, as the day that we would really see the weather turn. We saw temperatures make their way into the 80s. We saw lots of sunshine. More of the same, it looks like, for your Friday. But as we head into the weekend, well, it's going to be a different story. We want to take a look at the rainfall chances because the next front will begin to move into the Carolinas, it looks like, by late Saturday. Now, if you've got plans on Saturday morning, no problem. It looks like Saturday morning is going to be dry. We have the rainfall chance at 0%. Even Saturday afternoon, not looking too bad. Rain chance only up to about 20%. But starting Saturday night, the rainfall chance definitely rising into the isolated or scattered category, with our best chance of rain probably now occurring on Sunday for Mother's Day. 50% chance now of some rain and thunderstorms, it looks like, for Sunday morning. And even on Sunday afternoon, still the potential for at least a few leftover showers and thunderstorms, especially if you live near the coast. But I think by Sunday night, cold front will begin to push off the coast. Rain chance will come to an end as some much drier air moves in here for Sunday night and Monday. And by Monday, we may be talking about temperatures, at least for highs, running about 15 degrees cooler than what they will be tomorrow. The satellite picture earlier today, we had some harmless cumulus clouds develop this afternoon. We might see a few more of those cumulus clouds develop tomorrow afternoon, but we do not expect to see any rainfall for tomorrow. I think the air mass simply too dry to be conducive for any kind of shower or thunderstorm activity across southeastern North Carolina. Meanwhile, that pesky upper level low, the one that kind of sat over the Carolinas and Virginia for the last couple of days, finally getting a push off to the north for today. It's finally beginning to move out of the picture. It's really been in the weather picture almost for the last week or so, as it started as a big storm developing off the Rockies. The next storm system taking shape across the central U.S. 2 severe thunderstorm watch boxes tonight, one for western portions of Louisiana and another one in southern portions of Texas. Another map I like to look at, the water vapor image. I like to use this map sometimes to help identify areas where the air mass is a little bit moister. That would be the green areas you can still see across parts of New England. And, of course, back across Louisiana, parts of Arkansas and Texas. That's where we have the big thunderstorms going on tonight. But notice across southeastern North Carolina, we've been in this brown color for most of the day. Very dry air mass in place across the area. A little bit of low-level moisture, but by and large, a very dry air mass, not conducive for shower or thunderstorm development. Hour-by-hour forecast, we're in good shape for the rest of tonight. Temperatures will be in the 60s as you wake up tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. South winds around 5 miles per hour. And there are those temperatures surging well into the 80s. Maybe a few of those harmless cumulus clouds. By and large, I think it's going to be a sunny day. Meanwhile, there's your front moving into the Tennessee Valley. And I do think by the time Saturday rolls around, this front will get close enough that particularly by late Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening, we will have the potential for at least a few showers and thunderstorms developing, with even better opportunities for rain as we head towards Sunday. 83 the high today in Wilmington after a morning low of 60 degrees, no precipitation. And right now, as we take a look into downtown Wilmington, the temperature 68 degrees. We'll see temperatures probably drop another 4 or 5 degrees from here. So for the rest of tonight, 61 degrees, mostly clear skies, southwest winds around 5 miles per hour. 85 for tomorrow, so probably 2 degrees warmer than what we saw today. Southwest winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And your first alert planning forecast, isolated thunderstorms late Saturday. Sunday for Mother's Day, that's going to be your best opportunity for rain and thunderstorms. I don't think it will be a washout, but a pretty good chance that at some point in the day we are going to see some significant rainfall. Look how much cooler it is early next week. Highs around 70 on Monday and Tuesday, maybe even some 40s by Tuesday. It does rebound by the middle part of next week, but Sunday is the highlight day with the potential for some shower and thunderstorm activity. And again, there's your Mother's Day forecast. A little bit on the wet side, but hopefully not a complete one.
Just Eric Day.
Storm would bring us heavy rain and wind, and it has delivered. So what's next?
It looks like more heavy rain and maybe some stronger winds here as we head through the evening and overnight hours. But the good news for us, Ashley, the storm is still going to track at least probably 200 miles or so offshore. So we will continue to feel the fringe effects of this very large storm. But tropical storm warnings do remain in effect for the coastal counties, New Hanover, Brunswick, Pender, and Onslow County. And we could see some winds gusting close to tropical storm force, maybe in Bladen and Columbus before all is said and done. I do think the strongest winds are going to occur late tonight, maybe around midnight. Right now, the storm is located about 300 miles to the southeast of Wilmington. The 5 p.m. numbers haven't changed much. 30.2 north, 75.2 west, sustained winds, 75 miles per hour. Pressure holding at about 961 millibars, but it is moving northeast at 13 miles per hour. That is not directly towards our coast, but it will be directly towards some other locations. You can see heavy rain bands still pounding the coast. Some parts of Brunswick and New Hanover County have seen over 2 inches of rain, while little rainfall has fallen in places like Elizabethtown, Clinton, and points westward towards Interstate 95. Now, the winds are interesting. We are now seeing some gusts. It looks like 41 mile per hour gusts in the last hour at Riceville Beach. But look at Frying Pan Shoals. That's this buoy right here off the southeast coastline. 60 mile per hour wind gusts now as that center of the storm draws a little bit closer to many of these areas. We will have the complete first alert forecast, though, coming up in just a few moments. Ashley?
All right, thanks, Eric. And remember, if you lose power this weekend, you can still stay connected and get updates from us on your
Begins today in Chadbourne in Columbus County. Let's check back in with Eric Davis. He is live out there this morning for our weather on the 6s. Eric?
Yeah, Kev, I know we've had a lot of questions about some of the specific things going on at the Strawberry Festival, and I've got just the person to help answer those questions. And that person, Deb Wilson, who's the president of the Strawberry Festival. She's going to tell us all about the events going on this weekend. Now, of course, we all know about strawberries, Strawberry Festival, hot air balloons going on behind us, but there's a lot more to the Strawberry Festival. Why don't you tell us about some of the other big events going on this weekend?
Right. Well, starting in the morning, we're registering for the antique car show and the bike show. And then we have an excellent lineup of entertainment that will start at 9:30 in the morning and run all the way through 9:30 at night. And, of course, the Strawberry Festival Parade that starts at 2 o'clock. There's just really a lot of something for everybody. We'll have, I understand we're going to have lawnmower races, lots of things for the kids to do, some pony rides. And the weather's going to be great. So everybody just come on out and enjoy it. We'd love to see you. And Eric, Eric, we got you all some fresh strawberries right here in Chadbourne.
Fresh strawberries, gotta love that. Especially gotta love the fresh fruit, the local fruit too, with all those high prices at the grocery store. One other question here: how many balloons are we gonna have out here this weekend?
I think we have about 26, and there are excursion rides available. Those are by appointment, of course, and then they'll be offering tethered rides, the weather permitting. Of course, yeah.
That means pressure on me. I think.
It's oceans and waterways. You know, I didn't realize this. They cover more than 70% of the surface of the Earth.
Yes, but despite all of that room, First Alert meteorologist Eric Davis explains why many species of fish are or could be endangered in tonight's special report.
Overfishing is a growing problem that will continue to have a profound impact on both the economic and environmental health along coastal sections of southeastern North Carolina in the years ahead. Overfishing is defined as catching fish and other seafood at a faster pace than the natural replacement rate. Already, the decline of many fish species has cost many Atlantic coastal communities hundreds of millions of dollars and untold environmental damage. One example of a species that has been decimated by overfishing is the red snapper. In recent years, the population has decreased to only 12.5% of a safe level. With the exception of 1 week last September, the federal fisheries have prohibited red snapper harvest since January 2010. The hope from fisheries managers is that the red snapper population will grow back to sustainable levels in the years ahead. Without fishing ban, officials fear the red snapper could suffer the same fate as northern cod, which abruptly collapsed in 1992. To this day, northern cod has not recovered from its collapse, and many New England fishing communities were decimated as a result. Many fishermen, such as Captain Robert Schoonmaker of Carolina Explorer, have mixed feelings about fishing regulations.
The reason I support fishing limits is to help the population. Certain fish are stressed and they need to be able to recover. And then sometimes the science might not be as good as we'd hope, and we see fish that are overregulated when there's plenty of them out there still swimming around.
Schoonmaker cites black sea bass and gray trout as species that are overregulated. He also says fishing limits impact his bottom line and the bottom line of commercial fishermen.
Fishing limits, I know fishing limits impact my bottom line. I take people fishing for a living, so the less amount of fish they can keep, sometimes they're reluctant to come back. You know, they want to be able to take home a cooler full of fish. So it affects my bottom line as well as it does with the commercial fishing, because it basically relates to how many pounds of fish you can bring in, equates to what you make at the end of the trip.
Steve Wyndham is a former chairman of the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission, a body that regulates freshwater fishing in North Carolina. He explains why he thinks regulation is more important than ever.
When you have more and more people seeking the recreation of fishing and an infinite or a limited amount of resource, then you have to guard that resource by setting size limits, manner of take. Manner of take meaning, are you doing it hook and line or by a net or bow net, and different things like that.
Wyndham cites a regulation success story in the form of the striped bass, along with another step his former commission has taken to help repopulate the species.
What we've done with striped bass in the Roanoke River Basin, what we're doing with striped bass in our own Cape Fear River right now. The Wildlife Resources Commission is stocking over 100,000 fish a year into the Cape Fear River to reestablish the striped bass that was overfished by nets, by hook and line, just overfished.
The good news is most fish species are still doing well. However, most agree if future generations want to enjoy a wide variety of freshwater and saltwater fish, steps must be taken to limit the catch. I'm Eric Davis for Fox Wilmington.
And for more in-depth coverage on the topic of overfishing, we have posted extended interviews with both Captain Schoonmaker and Mr. Wyndham.
Yeah, you can find them right now on foxwilmington.com. As